I'm gonna go complete the walk
We're
around
being
now.
picked up. Can you check that, Brandon, see if we're coming through on BVI yet? Not Blue Sky, but BVI.
Yes, I will. Let's see if my phone actually acts right.
We're just doing a test here. Well, I'm doing a flight, but
It'll just take me a minute because I got to get it.
yeah, you're fine.
Whoops.
What is it doing?
Yes, we are being picked up.
And that is BVI, right?
Yes, it's being picked up on BBI pilots.
Okay.
Yes, we are being picked up. Whoa.
Very good. Four left. Oh, that's real good, First Officer. Thank you for doing that. I hate when First Officer does that. He didn't do my RS.
Crashes?
No.
Ah! Oh, no.
So I'm going to have to do this. We'll just go cold and dark. Right soft 2. I'm just going to shut down. Go back to cold and dark here.
That's a good idea.
Best way to do it. So let's talk about why you guys have not seen me on BVI for a week. We're going to talk about that now. Because I really didn't talk about it. And it wasn't nothing that we did like bad. But I'll tell you this. You've got to be really careful when you are streaming on YouTube. You just got to. And there's nothing really, that you can do to get around things because they have an automated system. So what happened? What was the real deal? What happened? All I can do is guess, but I can tell you what it's based on. We got a strike based on copyright. Now, it could have been where there was music in the background. It could have came from one of the safety messages. The problem is when it struck it, it also deleted it. Well, how can you watch it to review what went wrong if they delete it? They should not delete it. They should just make it unavailable for being online. So, when you're streaming on YouTube, folks, be careful.
Same thing on Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch as well. I don't know why First Officer is still doing stuff and I don't even have first officer open. I don't know what to do.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to do this. Alright, we did it. Alright, so it's going to be a pain. We're going to do it this way. I'm just going to reopen P3D because it was still doing things. Just because it's automatic. Just audio files. Okay, so let's just but anyway, yeah, be careful when you stream. Make sure there's no, the big thing is music. Make sure there's no music. And when you do have audio you want to share, make sure that it's not copyright protected. And there's a lot of stuff you can get on YouTube that you can use. Anything you download from YouTube, like the library stuff, you can use all that stuff, but just be careful.
Yep.
And, you know, we got a strike. We're not going to get no more. We're not going to... I'm not even going to chance it, so I'm not even going to play that safety stuff I did earlier, because I don't know if it was that. I don't know, because there is some music in that when they're doing the safety message. It's got music in the background, and that very well could have been it. I don't know. There's no way to know. So to be safe, we just won't use that. PMDG. But this flight I got to get done. I've been needing to get it done, and I don't want it to cancel on me.
Yeah, the higher ups would not be very pleased.
Well, I done talked to Declan, so he knows I had to redo it. I mean, things happen with simming, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Alright, here we go. We'll change the airport. I can tell you now that it is rainy at JFK, so just get ready for that.
Which I'm not surprised about. Alexa, enable airport reader.
Okay, here's Dave's airport meter in town.
Go to gate 10.
Alexa, get Daytona.
Daytona Beach Airport. Automated weather observation 2353 Zulu. Wind 200 true at 7. Visibility 10. Sky condition few cloud 7.
We have quite a bit of cloud cover here at JFK. I'm talking from 800
You're
feet
going to be good at
and up.
Daytona for landing. Your sky's clear and your winds are good.
Oh, good. We'll be all right at JFK. We just got to get pretty much above 33,000 feet. Well, from 10,000 to 30,000, we're good.
You need to stop the engines to request ground
But
services.
the first 10,000 were,
Just be glad you're not dealing with snow.
oh man, we had some interesting stuff here last night. Let me tell you.
I bet you did. Indiana's definitely got some interesting weather.
Okay. Get our weather up here. All right, so we got everything. All right, now we're good. Let's take a look at the, so that was weird. Wind is 21 knots. 21 knots, and then I can't do nothing right now, Andy. You're going to have to hold on, buddy. I'm right in the middle of something. The wind is 21 knots. Wind gust is 10 knots. Visual is 8 miles. It's not, I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not the best.
It's not the best.
So we got 4 layers of clouding. The first 3 layers are cumulus, and the 4th layer is cirrus.
Yep.
800 to 4799 is our first layer of clouds. So from 800 feet to 4,899 feet. That's a thick wall right there.
That is a thick cloud layer.
And then the second layer is 2099 to 6099. Third layer is 4099 to 8999. So we're not going to be out of this stuff until we're at 10,000. Then we'll be clear for a little while. And depending on how far out them clouds go, we'll run into more clouds around 32,000 feet to 33,000 feet. So,
yep.
Really cool feature that Andy's got here. It definitely helps us out with knowing where we're at with the weather. Turbulence is heavy. And right now, you got another option. You can do right bracket control I.
The CDU now.
But we really don't know what the altitudes are for them different.
Alright, I'm gonna go complete the walk around now.
You know, the different ones till he adds the altitudes, then we'll be able to look at that and know exactly what it's talking about. So, Iraq data is up to date. KJFK. All right. Four left. All right. Our departure is done. Now we'll do Daytona. L25R.
Oh no.
That's not. No, that's my other computer.
No. I was like, oh no.
Okay, so go ahead and get that done. Alright, let's go back over here to leg pay. Load the weather. There we go. Weather's done. I believe what we're going to do We're going to do flaps 10. So at V1, 122 knots, VR, 124, and V2, 137. So that ain't too bad. 5.0
bad at all.
on trim. I'm not doing the trim command because it's right bracket control T. If I hit control, it's going to bring my first officer back in. I don't want to do that. So we'll just wait on him.
You know, it'd be nice if he would actually be able to update that to make it Control Alt.
I wish it could be like the other one is. First officer next.
Well, unfortunately, it won't be because he's just gotten rid of the P3D code. It'll never get updated.
Well, no, I know that. I've talked to some people about that, and it's not just me that's not happy about that. Now you got some that might be all about 2020 100%, and that's fine if you are. But you know, at the end of the day, P3D is professional and 2020 is not. That's the. Me and George were talking about that. And he said that's the reality of it. P3D is professional. It is a professional simulator. It's not 2020 that they call a game. So, which I'm not saying that makes it bad because it's not. But honestly, I'm happy with P3D. I mean, we've been training on this for how long? You know, so
3+ years or more.
Man, I can't grab you, Andy. If I hit control, it's gonna. Can I position him?
Where is he? I'll grab him.
He's in BVI pilots.
Let me go grab him. I see him.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to move him because I can't.
I got him. There we go.
All right, hit walk around. Be done in 215 seconds.
Hello.
Hey, buddy.
Hey.
So, got something you might want.
What's
for
that?
this before you get too involved in this flight. So, the Cloud Explorer is the same. Wind Explorer has all of the upper altitudes for the layers, and far as I can tell, right bracket I now works.
I thought it already did work.
No, it didn't, because remember whenever you were flying around the other day, it would always tell you were on layer 0, and you were not. You were on some different one.
Yeah, well, it would say, like it says now, layer 1.
Yeah, which is not true, because layer 1 is usually surface layer, and that's like maybe half the height of your airplane's tires.
Okay, so like layer 2 will maybe be like the stratosphere, and 3 and 4 maybe
No,
the troposphere and thermosphere.
So like there's 13 layers altogether.
Hey, Google,
And
what is the wind at JFK Airport? Hey, Google,
that's
what is the wind at JFK Airport?
At New York JFK, there's currently a 19-mile-per-hour wind blowing from the east.
I mean, this is pretty close. It says 21 knots.
yeah, but see the thing is when I'm at JFK, and I pull up Wind Explorer, it says layer 2 is between 29 feet and 59.99 feet.
Okay.
Layer 3 ends at 8,800 feet. Layer 4 ends at 12,000 feet.
I got you.
So that's broken, because if you're at 1,400 feet and it says layer 0, it's way wrong.
If you wanna put it up here, I'll definitely use it.
Yeah, okay, let's see.
I'll delete the other one once I'm cruising where I can do that. I can't really.
Folks, I'm tuned in, but I'm going to pop out and grab me some dinner. It's about dinner time, and I'm hungry. So, when I'm casting over to the nest, and I will watch this flight.
All right, we'll talk to you, dude. See ya.
All right, sounds good. See you in a bit.
We're ready to go. Weather reports look pretty good.
There we go.
Let's see.
I was on my other computer trying to fly with 2020, and on 2020 I keep on getting a GPS invalid message. It don't do it on here, but it does it on 2020. I don't know why.
Oh, weird. This says invalid amount of disk space.
Hold on a minute. Let me. I'm gonna. Let me. Hold on. Let me go up here and delete these real quick. I'll be right back down. Hold on. Well, no, I'm not here. Hold on. Okay, now try. Oh, you know what? It might be because I know why. Let's go up to the hold on. So, I'm sending you the password for not sim stuff, the room that says not sim related.
Yep.
Go up there. It's not letting me move us.
Pre-flight checklist. Oxygen. Tested.
Guys, I'll get the
Navigation
chat turned
transfer
on
and
here in a
display
minute.
switches. Normal and auto. Window heat. On. Pressurization mode selector. Auto. Flight instruments. Heading
Alright, let's
set.
see.
Altitude set. Parking brake. Set. Fuel control switches. Cut off. Checklist complete.
Okay, chat is turned on. For those who might be watching. Door 1 is closed. And then once he sends that, I'm going to delete the one I got.
Yeah, it's going now. Slow, but it's going.
Okay.
And somebody really overstepped the line the other day with me.
You said what?
Tell you, somebody overstepped the line with TFM the other day.
Oh yeah, you had to tell me once I get landed and we log off here. You had to tell me
Well,
about that.
Maybe it's better said here because
Well, yeah, then that way maybe they won't do it no more.
yeah.
I'm just letting you know we
Yeah,
are live. So if you want to tell them, by all means, you've got every right to do that.
So yeah, TFM has different ways of getting a hold of us, and it is not through personal email on a list.
Okay, cool, Brandon. Good deal, man. Now, what about the email list, Andy?
I said so. It is. TFM has support options. One of them is not getting a hold of me in private. With my private email on a list. So like this person went and grabbed my email from my personal email from the DVI pilots list and sent me a support request.
And we will be ready for departure. In order for us to push back, we
Yeah,
will
that's not
require
cool.
that all
That's-
passengers
Support
are seated
requests need to go
with
through the
their seatbelts
website
fastened and seats in the
or
upright
whatever
Well,
other.
All
and
carry-on
not
luggage
only
can
that,
now
but
be
it'd be
either in
like
overhead compartments or under the
it'd be
seat
like
in front of
someone
you.
emailing me
The
to
cabin
my
crew will
private
be passing
email
to make their final safety
for
checks before
anything that's
departure.
got to do with any
Thank
work
you.
that I do, or what. You just don't do that. Private email is for private stuff, not, TFM.
Right? And I had previously told this person what the regular support channels are, but they listened the first time they asked me when I told them to go do something, but the second time they kind of didn't, because I told them what the support options were and they just decided to get a hold of me in private anyway.
Wow.
Before start checklist. Flight deck door.
We're at 62%.
Okay.
Closed and locked. Fuel. 149er
Yeah,
3
guys,
pound. Check.
If it's
Passenger
sim
sign.
related,
On. MCP. V2
keep it
137
through the
heading
sim.
4
Like,
4
keep it through
altitude
TFM,
3
not-
8 0 0 0
You know,
takeoff
use
speed.
the support and all
V1
that stuff.
1
Not
2 2 VR 1 2 4 V2 1 3 7 set CDU pre-flight completed rudder and
People that are
aileron trim
making
free and zero
reports,
taxi
they go
and
on
takeoff
GitHub,
briefing
like we say,
completed
said
anti-collision
a long
lights
time ago when
on
we first
checklist
started
complete.
this, and quite a few times afterwards. Put it in GitHub, because if it's not there, chances are it never
Boarding
existed.
requested.
And if you do make a bug report, make sure it's something other than something like I press a hotkey and it doesn't work.
yeah, that's
Not saying you can't go to other people and say, hey, look, do you guys have this problem too? Because if you do, let's make a bug report for it or whatever, but don't just go and say something like, oh, I press a key and it doesn't work. And after 5 or 6 people reply, you still just say, well, it don't work, just like I said before, it don't work. Oh, there you go.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
So yeah, just go through the right channels and everything will be good.
All right, now it's going to load the equipment or luggage, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah, cargo, baggage, whatever.
Yeah. I'm just using GSX. I mean, it works. So,
Yeah.
It's interesting because the air stairs, those will not go all. Those don't go in until after you got every door closed. Because I've tried it, they will not go in until you shut that main door at the first page of doors.
Oh, yeah, entry 1.
Yeah, doors 1 and 2.
Mm-hmm.
Once you close them, then the air stairs they'll go back in. I could have been fancy and did a jetway, but that's the other thing on 2020 for some reason. The jetway is that option's not even. It says inhibited or something.
Yeah, if it says inhibited, it means it won't work.
Yeah. Man, I feel sorry for people's luggage. It sounds like you're just throwing it on. Clunk, clunk. Dag on. Hope there wasn't nothing important in that luggage, people.
Yeah. It's common the case. They just toss, toss, toss.
And actually, I believe, because see, the laptop that I have, just like yours, well, you know, the screen's not worked for a long time. You can't see nothing on it, like it's just black.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure the airport too did it. Whenever they took my computer and took it through and inspected it, I'm pretty sure they dropped it or something, because that's the only time I can think of anything happening. Yeah, that's Brandon said something. They got heavy rocks in their suitcases. They got something. Alright, we'll close these. Okay, yeah, that door, the air stair must retract automatically as soon as that door closes because I didn't have to retract it. Oh, yeah, I do. Never mind. There we go. Now it's retracting. There we go. Perfect. All right, prepare for pushback.
The icing vehicles are coming now.
Yep, we're doing de-icing. That's cool, you can do that. That's cool when they do de-icing because you can actually hear them spraying the windows. Pretty cool stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, did you say that was done? Or no?
What was done?
Brandon said when you fly out of Chicago O'Hare, sometimes when you're pulling out of the gate, sometimes you'll hear this interesting
Confirmed
bell.
aircraft is ready for treatment.
Oh, weird.
What is the different fluid types? I don't know which one's which. We'll just pick one. Hold on, it gave me something. I got this message when I went to do the icing about something caching. I had to hit yes. Some message came up. I don't know, it's weird. Yeah, I don't know, Peyton. I think they're... What is it stuck on here? There we go. Here we go. I went to do the icing. They gave me a weird caching warning, Andy, and I had to hit yes or no. If I hit no, it came back up. So I had to hit yes. I don't know what that was about, but
I have no idea.
by the way, it's good to see gosh, I always pronounce your name wrong. Let me go look at it before I torture it all to hell. Ezra, that's right. Ezra, how you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Okay, he was asking, does GSX work at Austin International? Does it work at P3D? He said that it doesn't work for him at Austin International, the services with GSX. So, well, I think some airports, I think some airports only have certain things. So like, you can't like use jetways at certain airports. Some you don't, you got different options for different airports, I think.
And some of it depends too on what if he tries to use it, what does it tell him?
But just don't. It won't let him. Like there's nothing there.
Oh, weird. Because even if something's not available, it at least tells me, well, you can't do this here. It's weird that it just doesn't do anything, because yeah, TFM is supposed to at least tell you what the menu says, if anything. And in the newer versions, they have that text-to-speech lady that comes up and tells you.
And GSX.
Mm-hmm. So like if I go put myself at a gate in P3D, you know how like if you use the default startup state that PMDG gives you, you're fully ready to take off while you're at a gate. And usually you'll come up with a ding, you need to shut off your engines to request ground services. And so that lady
There we go.
will
Now
usually
we can
tell you if there's an issue.
Mm-hmm. Come on, disconnect so I can push back. Get your de-icing equipment away from my airplane.
It doesn't want to.
Let me do something here. It messed up on me. Hold on, buddy. I'll tell you. You can set GSX how fast you want it to board, Peyton. Okay, so Ezra said when he hits Control F12, it says no services available.
Okay. Well, then there probably isn't any.
Then there's probably nothing available at that time.
Mm-hmm. And you also have to be at a gate.
And you got to be at a gate too, Ezra. Come on, get over here and hook up to me. I think this cold weather's got these guys a little slow tonight. I gotta fix that.
Did you know that the airline sold, I think it was 2 or 3 44s?
Parking brake
You
off.
said what now?
Our airline sold 2 or 3 44s in the past couple of days.
Starting engine 2.
Okay, now Andy, say that to me again. I had stuff going on in my ear. What about it?
So our
didn't get what
airline
you
sold
said.
our airline sold a couple of 744s in the past couple of days.
Oh yeah, well, Because we got plenty for just a few of us flying. Like, we had too many of them.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cause there's like what 4 or 5 of them. There's 2 of them.
Yeah,
now.
we got like, yeah, which
There's
is
like-
plenty. I mean, if we get more, then we'll buy more again. But I'm like, man, we're losing money here. But we actually sold them for more than what they usually go for. So whoever bought them, they didn't really care about the price, I guess.
It works for me.
Engine 2 cut out.
Figure we'll show them what the inflation feels like. We'll add it to our
Starting engine
airline.
1.
There you go. Better money in our pocket than theirs.
That's right. You guys can hear everything okay? You guys hearing the airplanes, all that stuff? I guess you are, obviously. This won't be a super long flight, guys, but we do got some weather to get through here on takeoff. I got the flap set to 10 instead of 5. We're dealing with cloud cover from 800 feet up to 4,900. And then we got more clouds to deal with once we get up to 30,000. Just for a couple thousand feet. No
Parking
big
brake
deal.
on. Engine 1 cut out. All engines stable.
Alright, doing our after start flows here. Alright. Okay, good. He's gonna put on the. There we go. Flaps 10. Good deal. Okay.
Taxi checklist.
Do our
Generators.
taxi checklist.
On. Pro-key. On. Anti-ice. Set. Isolation valve. Auto. Engine start switches. Continuous. Recall. Checked. Auto brakes. RTO. Flight controls.
Alright, flight controls. Yoke left.
Full left.
Back to center. Yoke
Full right.
Back to center. Straight back.
Full back.
All the way forward.
Full forward. Checked. Ground equipment. Cleared. Checklist complete.
Alright, we're ready to reposition to the runway. Gonna do right bracket control R. KJFK. Going to 04 left. Hit enter. And here we go. It's funny because while the sim's loading, we're already at the runway. We're already there.
Oh, did you
Here we
notice
go.
the new? If you look at the runway again, notice a small little subtle new feature in there. Tell me if you notice
Did
anything new.
Runway 4 left at JFK.
Yeah, but there should be another thing added to it.
Yeah, that's all it says. Right bracket shift C. Runway 04L at KJFK.
That's interesting. Because I had it telling you how long the runway was.
No, it ain't telling me that at all. You talking about when you do right bracket shift C?
Yep.
Yeah, it's not telling me. All right, guys. Let's note our FS Airlines. Oh, I think I already got it loaded. Let me see here. Go to fly. Fuel up. Fly. There we go. Now we will
Before takeoff
checklist.
checklist. Flaps. Set. Stabilization trim.
Flaps are set.
Set.
Trim is
Checklist
set.
complete. Flight attendants prepare for
Parking brake
takeoff.
off. And we're ready for takeoff. Here we go.
Speed alive. Checked.
Here we go. 900 out the whiskey. Taking off from
80 knots.
runway 4 left.
B1. Rotate. B2. Flaps 5. Positive rate. Gear up. Landing gear up. Flaps 5. .400 feet. VNAV. LNAV. VNAV on. LNAV on. Flaps 2. Flaps 1. Autopilot. Flaps up. Command A on. Acceleration altitude. After takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds. On. Packed. Auto. Landing gear. Up and off.
Another
Flat.
beautiful takeoff,
Up.
folks.
No
That
lights.
was beautiful.
Checklist complete.
Nice takeoff. Real nice. As you can tell, we're fighting this weather right now. I mean, our speed is good, but we're just now climbing over 160 knots. So it's really fighting getting through these clouds. Wow, then we're some dark clouds. Holy cow. Alright. We're at 175 knots. Slowly climbing on speed. Climbing out at 1801 a minute. You can tell that this weather is a little bit rough right now. Speed is 17 knots. Wind gust is 5 knots. Let's take a look at our cloud layers here. Alright, so layer 1, cumulus, overcast 8, no icing. Lower is 1,000, upper is 49.99. Looks like we got out of the rain on the first layer there. Layer 2, covered, scattered, no icing, 32,000. Upper is 33,000. No turbulence. So it looks like we climbed up out of the rain. I'll take that. The rain was very light anyways. It wasn't. We're doing
That'll
good
be
on
fun
speed
one.
now, but I'll tell you, the climb out was really, it was a slow climb on speed. I mean, we went from 140 knots, and I mean, it just slowly, speed would just slowly raise on the throttle, so that's because all that wind and clouds and all that crap. Now we're in the clear skies, folks. Blue skies till we get up to about 31,000. Then we'll deal with about 1,000 feet in between of clouds. Climb up to 38,000. We'll be should be clear all the way there. Did you say that was done, Andy?
Yeah, the one that I was going to give you is up here.
Okay, let me grab it. Alright, we'll grab that. Alright, we're downloading that one now. We'll go grab the new TFM. Let's see. Okay, so now it said when you do right. Hey, that's cool. It remembered my settings. So when I do right bracket I now, it says upper altitude 18,000.
Transition altitude.
Well,
Check.
no, not now. No, it says upper altitude. Yeah, 18,000. Well, daggone. I do it one time, it says 18. Next time, it says 23.
Because you're climbing through the wind layers pretty quick.
Yeah.
That's why it does that.
Speed is 19. We don't really have a way we can read that with our cursor, do we? Like, we just got to keep hitting it to read it, don't we?
No, you should be able to go into speech history.
How did you, I forget how to do that. What was the command for that?
Right bracket, Control S.
Here we go. So at 23,000, directing 227, speed is 95 knots. 0 knots for wind gusts. Visibility is 8 miles. No turbulence. Shear is gradual. So if you want to read that, guys, the best way to do it is do right bracket I and then do right bracket Control S. Now it's 103 knots on speed. So, you know.
But if you want a short glance of what's going on here, if you miss what it said, so
okay, go ahead. I had to turn on my anti-ice.
So if you missed what it said, then you don't have to necessarily go to speech history. Go into the wind layer explorer.
Go where?
To the Windex layer, like right bracket Control I.
Oh, yeah.
And what you do is you find the layer that matches closest to your altitude. So if you're at 23,000 feet, and the next layer.
Oh, you got the
tells
footage
that,
in there now, don't you?
Mm-hmm. So if you're at 23,000 feet and the closest layer altitude is 24,000 feet, then that's the one you need to look at.
Yeah, right here it's upper altitude, 23,000 feet. Direction's 237, speed is 112 knots. Oh my, visibility 3.23. Good thing we're climbing, huh? Holy cow. It don't look good up at 38,000 with visual either. Because I can go up to, that one's 30,000. Next one is 39,000 feet. But I bet you there's no visibility after 3 miles at 39. There's no visibility at 38. I'm almost betting. Hour and 57 minutes. Ezra, how you been doing, buddy? I ain't seen you for a while. We were off of BVI for a week over whatever copyright thing that hit us. I don't know what it was, but we ain't gonna make that mistake again. Just gotta be careful, I guess. I think they should not just delete a video. They need to let you have a way to look at it. Because what's the point of doing a dispute if you don't know what it was?
Oh, yeah. So, now that we fixed the right bracket I, then everything should work just fine now. So and a lot of times that's what you can do with that Wind Explorer is just go match up the closest altitude, the next highest altitude to the one you're at now.
Yeah, like if
And
you're at
that-
21,000, but the closest is 23, then 23 is probably going to be about accurate.
Yep.
So. It'd be a little bit Peyton. We're doing more than me just flying. Andy's doing some programming, and I'm doing some other stuff on the side of it. So I don't want to really have too much distraction. That's why I'm trying to talk to you guys while flying. But Andy's doing his programming thing, and he's like me, it's easily distracted, and he don't want to have to go back and do something over again. So we'll catch up with you once we're done doing this stuff. I just don't want to bring you in here and then me and Andy being quiet for a few minutes and you're like, well, why ain't nobody talking? So we'll catch up with you though when we're not busy doing this other stuff. But I'll tell you what, Peyton, if you're telling me, and Andy's going to probably, Andy can weigh in on this. If you're loading your shortcut and FS Tramp's not working and you can't find it, it's because you didn't uncheck the box when you did your scenery, because you shouldn't have to hit Control F12 to see Tramp. You've got the other version. You got the version where it's not connected like that. So I don't know why you're having to do Control F12 to get your window to come up, because it shouldn't do that.
Yeah, it's not supposed to if you have 8.4 or earlier.
As long as you got
Even
8.4 or earlier, like
yeah,
well,
or even 8.
Yeah, 8.4.
Yeah, even 8.52 would still let you have it outside the sim window, but anything after that, he's requiring P3D users to put it inside the sim window. So if you have anything earlier than 8.52 and it's set up right, you shouldn't have to press Control F12 or whatever to get it to show up. It should just be in your Alt Tab sequence somewhere.
Yeah, you've got to center the reason when you click, okay, so the one thing you need to do is when you load FS Tramp, you got to center it, which is
it's Windows up arrow,
Windows
then Windows
up arrow,
left arrow,
and then Windows left arrow, and that's gonna align it for you so that the cursor can read it the right way. That's why when you click on file, it wouldn't open, because it wasn't centered. So again, open FS Tramp, do Windows up arrow, Windows left arrow, and then you should be good.
It might be useful if he does what the heck are they called? The golden cursor thingies. I forgot what the NVDA calls them.
Oh, the
I know they're like hotspot clicker and JAWS, but it's an NVDA thing.
Oh, yeah,
it's called,
yeah,
the add-on's
create you a
called
golden yeah,
cursor set. Yeah.
Create a oh gosh, a golden cursor key. So when you click it, it just puts you there.
Yeah, because like you could do like if you're in the tramp window, you could do like Control P and it'll click the plan menu, or you could do Control T and it'll click the tools menu and it'll just pop open. That way you don't have to worry about doing like NVDA screen review and pressing NVDA arrow keys to try and find it. It'll just
so
do
on
it
this
for you.
laptop that I'm on now, I've got 12 cores, and the highest percentage being used right now is only 32%. Like all of them's got a percentage, but no higher than 32%. Like,
yeah. I'm sitting here idle at a gate, and out of my 16 cores, the highest is 14 and a half, with an average CPU load of 2.2. Oops.
all right, we're at 33,000. Alright, visibility is getting a little bit better. It's 4 miles. This is kind of weather where you're definitely flying on your... you're not flying by visual on this kind of weather, that's for sure. You're depending on them radars.
Yep. Like I said yesterday, I think it was, the TFM is now starting to get its own weather radar.
Yeah, I like it, man. This is a really, really awesome feature. I'm glad I decided to move that out to flaps 10 for takeoff, because I think we would have had problems.
Probably.
Because hell, we had cloud coverage from 800 feet all the way up to pretty much 10,000. That's a big wall of clouds.
Yep. They've been having that kind of weather for the past 3 or 4 days, because like when I was there about 20 minutes before I came in, they had some pretty... I had 4 cloud layers went from 1, 2, and 3 stacked together, went from 800 to about 8,800, and the last one was like at 32,000 feet, and it was like 500 foot thick, so it wasn't very big. I'll tell you what, those lower ones, almost 8,000 foot of your climb is going to be through the clouds.
Yeah, see, that's what I dealt with on takeoff. That's because I was like, man, why is my speed so like slow on you know, speeding up? And up until 10,000, I got to 10,000. I just reached 200 knots. So
that would make sense, yeah.
All them clouds, I guess.
Wasn't there turbulence in there?
Yeah, there was a lot of turbulence, yeah. Good deal, Peyton. He got it working now. Good deal, buddy.
Okay.
Yeah, there was moderate turbulence up all the way up to 10,000. So speed right now, 39,000. Says upper altitude, 39,000. Direction 250, 89 knots. Visibility 4 knots. Turbulence 9. Shear gradual. Whatever that means.
Yeah, wind shear.
Oh. Shear, yeah, okay.
Pretty cool stuff. It'll be fun when I get the automatic clouds to announce.
Man, I can't wait. I can't wait. How's it going to know, though, when it's actually in the cloud?
Well, so those cloud layers.
I know it's got like,
some...
I know like in the cloud it's like 1, out of cloud is 0. I know that, but.
Well, and it's a little
yes,
bit
Ezra,
more.
that is. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, it's a little bit more to it than that. So let's say you have a cloud layer that goes from 800 to 1800. And so what you do is you would compare the airplane's current altitude to the lower altitude and the upper altitude for the next cloud layer coming up. So if you're not in a cloud, let's say there's no clouds there, then you go to the next cloud layer and you say, okay, has the airplane achieved this lower altitude for this cloud layer? If it has, once it's crossed the lower altitude boundary, then you just TFM says in cloud.
Gotcha.
And
Ezra, to answer your question, right now, and we'll go over this on the sneak peek, but what you do is right bracket I will give you your altitude, speed information, turbulence information. It'll let you know everything about like the visual and the wind and how fast it's going and what altitude. Right bracket O, that just says your temperature. Right bracket control O will give you the different give you your clouds. So if there's 4 layers of clouds, when you do that you'll have layer 1, layer 2, and like right here when I do right bracket control O, it says layer 1 type cumulus, so it tells you what kind of cloud it is. Coverage overcast 8. I don't fully know what the 8 means.
The 8 means, so there's 8 different levels of cloud coverage. 8 being the highest, 1 being the lowest. So 8 is the most. Yeah, 8 is the most severe cloud coverage you can get. So that's what that 8 means.
Okay, so right here then it says coverage overcast 8. No ice, and then it says lower 1099, upper to 5098. So that means there's a lot of coverage right there, basically, right, Andy? Being it's an 8.
That's a, yeah, there's a lot of cloud coverage, but also the lower being 1,000 something, and the upper layer being, or the upper altitude of the cloud being 50 something. 100.
From the flight deck again.
Means you got 4,000 foot of cloud to go
looks pretty
through.
good up here, so we're gonna go ahead and turn off the seatbelt sign.
And then we got another layer here, Ezra.
Keep your seatbelts fastened.
Layer 2.
Turbulence is unpredictable. For now, though, just sit back and enjoy the ride. We'll talk to you when we get closer to our destination.
Or Cirrus. No, this is scattered 3, so it's not a lot of cloud. Lowers 32,000, uppers 33,000. No turbulence. no precipitation, precip rate very low. So basically, where we're at 37,000, we're in the clear right now. Apparently, I like your questions, Ezra. You got good questions. So Ezra said, "Is this for just active sky, or it is for anything?" Now, correct me if I'm wrong, Andy, because you're the developer here. But anything that will report the weather to your sim, it'll work with.
Yep.
So as long as whatever weather you're using, as long as it reports it.
Yep. As long as it'll put weather into the sim, then this will pick it up.
And then you got right bracket control I. That's the Wind Layer Explorer, so you can look at all the layers. So I can start top here, layer 1. It says upper altitude 403 feet, direction 119, speed 12 knots, wind gust 5 knots, visibility 4.32, turbulence light, shear gradual. That means that's pretty much on the ground, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, 400 feet. So wherever we're at, they got a lot of cloud cover down below. Oh, we're over. No wonder we're over the ocean.
Yeah.
Wow. Those clouds are going right down to the water pretty much. So you got layer 2, upper altitude, 1,607 feet, direction 165, speed 56 knots, wind gust 0, visibility 4.32. Same with the turbulence 9. Now I'm looking at where I'm at. So layer 11, upper altitude 39,000 feet, direction 252, speed is 65 knots, visibility is 4.32. I'd be closer to layer 11 because layer 10 is 30,000 and I'm at 38,000, so I think I'd go by that layer 11, right, Andy?
Yeah, that's the idea, because you're in layer 11 now.
And then you got layer 12, upper altitude 42,162, direction 254, speed 51. But if you look at visibility, it's the same thing, 4.32. So it looks like going across the ocean here, no matter where you're at, from what I'm seeing, visibility is 4 miles out.
Yeah, that's not very good.
No, it's not good at all. Good thing for collision warning.
Yep.
Shoot, man.
And this
now the other thing that
not...
we're going to see, Ezra, is Andy's going to be programming where it will tell you when you enter a cloud. So that'd be cool too.
Yep.
Hey, do you think we could maybe do some kind of onboard panel sound, like a unique, or you know what I mean, just something that could be recognized in case we're, you know, we don't hear, like we miss our readers saying it. I thought it'd be cool to have maybe like a low chime or something, not like a chime, like a door, like we already have, but something maybe like a pulsating type of, like a, I don't know, you know what I mean, like a.
Oh yeah.
I could probably send you some sounds.
Give me some.
That's my cup of tea right there.
Yeah, give me some sounds that I can pick from.
Okay.
And we could probably put it in there, along with the, of course, speech output announcements.
Yeah. Yeah. I just figured, because I know sometimes I think it's good to have them audible sounds because you might be doing something, reading or something like that, and you know you're on a different window, and all of a sudden you hear like a and you're like, oh yeah, I just entered the cloud. Not really that sound, but I'm just making an example.
Mm-hmm.
But the first plane that I ever flew, $737. Yeah. The TDS, or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
Is it TDS?
Yeah,
Tango
it's
Delta Sam?
TDS. Yeah.
The TDS 737. That was my very first plane. I'd say my second one was an A320. Hope you're not listening, George. I'm dead. You fucking kill me. And yeah, and then in RL, the first one was a Cessna.
Yep. My first one, let's see. My first one was the 320, the second one was the 37, and RL Skylane.
You know, I noticed in the Bonanza in real life, you got to know what you're doing in them planes. Like,
oh yeah,
you really got to know those planes. They're nowhere near like flying a Cessna or any of them other ones, because you know the propellers on a Bonanza, they're in the front. You know that, right? Like Bonanza, yeah. And George was explaining that out of all the different planes that you can fly as smaller planes, that flying a Bonanza is a skill of its own. They're just a different, because they're automatically, I guess, because one, they're already front heavy from where they got the propellers on the front.
Yep.
But I mean, once you're up in the air, it's not so bad. It's the taking off that can be tricky. But
yep. Now, talking about older airplanes, I'll bring this up now for those people who are registering and going to Flight Sim Expo in July, or who might be considering going to it in July. Anyone who is registered to Flight Sim Expo, not only do you get a tour of some of the old vintage airplanes, but you also get the chance to take a ride in one of the post-World War II Warbirds.
That's awesome.
Just thought I would throw that out there.
And from what I was told from a few people, there could be some kind of fee connected to the airplane ride.
There most likely
told,
is, yeah. There most likely is an admission fee, but
because they gotta cover the, yeah,
they have to cover their maintenance and all that stuff. But I'm assuming if it's anything like what I've seen before out of different air museums, it's not gonna be like drastically expensive.
Because the thing is, them older airplanes, some of them went on regular fuel.
Yep. So it shouldn't be too expensive. thinking maybe $50 per ride, but I mean, $50 for a ride is going to be worth it in one of them things.
And depending on which one it is, some of them can hold quite a few people.
Mm-hmm.
I got to see a bomber, one of the bomber jets,
Yep.
and those are really much different than what you would think it would be, because you literally got to crawl inside of the spot if you're the one responsible for the bombing.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You got to lay on your belly and crawl in, and then turn over on your back, and you're literally
Yeah, and
laying on your back, and the computers are above you on the ceiling.
Yep. Yeah, it's like a little cross space, and then you flip over on your back, or when you get down inside the little cross space, then you lay down on your back and you do a army crawl on your back, to where you
Yep.
gotta go like sliding back, where it's sliding up to where the computer is, and you just lay
And
on
when
your
you
back.
get back
and-
there, like, there's not enough room to sit up all the way. You can raise up a little bit, but once you get all the way back, you can kind of sit up. But you're when you start doing the controls, you got to lay back. You're kind of at an angle, laid back, looking up at the computers. It's really interesting.
Yep.
But I guess, if you think about it, them planes weren't super fast. So it's not like you're being thrown all over the place down there,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Cause if it was like how fast some of the jets we have today are, you wouldn't be laying down like that. I guarantee it, man. You'd be sicker now. You'd be thrown all over the place. Let's do an update here, guys. See where we're at. Hour and 16 minutes. We have got very minimal visibility. 4.1 miles. So
Not
with
good
that
for an
being
airplane.
said, flying over the ocean, you wouldn't be able to see the water.
Nope.
Because literally all you're seeing is clouds. Well, actually, now we're over Northampton. Let's check the weather again. We're over Northampton, Virginia. Yeah, so let's do right bracket control O. Alright, layer 1. Overcast is 8. Lower is 49.99. Upper is 89.99 to 4,000 to pretty much 9,000. Turbulence is light. Precip is none. Precip rate is very low. Then we got layer 2. Cirrus. Scattered 4, no icing. 39,300 to 39,500. So very thin clouds above me. I'm at 38,000. So if I would look at this, it looks like maybe we're flying out of it. Seems like it's a lot less than what it was. So we'll see.
Yeah, well, it has rained here all day, so it would make sense why you have those big thick clouds. Because where you're at, you're probably, 30 or 40 miles north of where we are in real life.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been raining here all day. And it's been
Hold on
cold
one second.
too.
I'll be right back with you guys. I need to go check on something real quick, and I'll be right back with you fellas. So just hold on, Andy. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I gotta run into the house here real quick. Plane's on autopilot, so we're good there. Be right back, fellas. All right, folks, I am back.
I'm here still.
Check on our airplane here. 1 hour to go, and oh, that ain't good. That ain't good at all. Visibility at 39. Well, this is at 39,000. I wish it would tell you, like, so for example, it's giving me the information for 39,000 feet, okay?
Yep.
The cloud cover is at 39. At 38, it's clear. But I wish it had a way to tell you, like, okay, at 38,000, your visibility is this. Like, so well, just much, I guess it's just clear. Visibility is clear at 38,000 because, let's do right bracket control O. So layer 1, overcast 8, no icing, lower is 698, upper is 4698, so from 600, oh my gosh. Light turbulence, precipitation is very low. Layer 2 is cirrus, scattered 4, no icing, lower is 39,300, upper is 39,500. So that's where it's telling me my visibility is based on the 39,000. That's not really telling me that my visibility at 38,000 is only 3 miles, because it's probably more, I'd say. Right? Because there's no clouds there.
The lower bounds of those clouds are 39,000, and you're at 38,000.
I'm at 38,000. The lower is 39.3. So that visibility 3 miles, that's for that if you're at that altitude, right? So at 38,000, it's probably clear. I'm guessing it's clear because there's no information about 38,000. Like from 39 or 38,000 down to 34,000 would be clear, because remember there's 33. Well, no, 33,000 wasn't showing now, but anyway, we're at 38,000, so it's clear there. But wow, the ground down below though, 600 to 4, almost 5,000 feet, visibility of 3.4. That ain't good. That's in Martin, North Carolina. I bet you ain't no, you won't see no little planes flying today, folks. Not in that, you wouldn't.
Probably not.
I wouldn't think. I mean, I wouldn't think. I don't know for sure, but 58 minutes. Yeehaw. So when I do control right eye, the first thing it tells me is layer 1, upper altitude, 416 feet. Of course, it gives me the wind speed, and then, but you would think that it would give you, because the very next one, layer 2, is 1,600 feet. Visibility is 8 miles.
And so what you do, find the altitude in this list of different wind things.
All right, thank you, sir. Go ahead.
So in this list of wind layers, find the highest altitude that you're closest to.
Right here. Visibility is 8 miles. It says 39,500 feet.
That's the closest altitude that, the next highest altitude of where you're at right now.
Oh, for like a clear.
Well, so like, what is your altitude now?
38,000.
Okay, what's the next highest altitude in the list? That is 38,000 or higher.
Layer 11, which is 39,500.
Okay, so what is the higher? What's the altitude for layer 10?
3872.
Okay, so anywhere between 3872 and 39.5. Go to 39.5 and read that line. So anything between 38,000 and 39.5 will have the wind info marked for 39.5.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah,
you're at 39,000 feet, you're at 39. You're at say 38 or 39,000 feet. And you go to 39,500 for that line, and that will be your wind info.
Gotcha.
And so it's the same thing with clouds. You look at your altitude, right, and then you check to see if are you in a cloud layer, and that would explain your visibility and all that stuff in the in the wind. I don't know why they put visibility in with the wind info. They should put it in with clouds, but I suppose it makes sense to have it in with the wind.
Well, and I think that usually if you do a flight plan on SimBrief, it's probably going to give you the best altitude based on weather, distance,
Yep.
fuel.
Yeah, it'll consider all that stuff.
So my son, his friend that lives here with us, he came up with this recipe, and basically you take a hamburger and you break it all up and fry it. Well, then he puts season in it. He puts cheese in it to make it really cheesy. So it's got like the pepper and other seasons he put in it, along with the cheese. And then my son made this sauce. My son's been doing his whole cooking thing. He's getting big into doing different stuff, trying new stuff, and he made a sauce for it. And it's not sloppy joe, but it reminds you of like a different recipe for like a sloppy joe type of thing. But it's just cheesy burger basically with, you make it as a sandwich or whatever. It's pretty good. I was impressed. Pretty good stuff.
Sounds fun.
And my son made a sauce for the bread, which is ketchup, mustard, what's that stuff called? Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce? Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit of that, and with a little bit of mayonnaise. It's actually a pretty good sauce. Put it on the bread with it. It does taste like it don't taste like sloppy joe, but it reminds you of like a type of sloppy joe, just because it's, it's cheesy. It's got the sauce. It's pretty good.
Yeah, when I do sloppy joes, I cook the ground beef, like break it up, cook it in a saucepan, and then I'll take
Yep.
like a third of a cup of ketchup, quarter of a cup of mustard, and I will cook that down. And then once that's cooked down, then I'll take about half a cup of brown sugar and cook that up and on low heat so it don't burn. And there you go. Just put it on burger buns or whatever.
Oh yeah, that sounds pretty good. I do very similar to that. Only I do the same thing that you do, but I add. Well, you said you add brown sugar. I add brown sugar, but you do that. I'll cut up little dices of pepper, like pepper. You know, like the peppers.
Oh yeah.
Not hot
Yep.
peppers, but like the, the other.
Yeah, green pepper.
Yeah, put some of them in with it, and man, it's good with and without the peppers. I've tried it both ways. I think the pepper gives it a little bit more of a. I don't know. You really can't taste the peppers, really, but it's good. Yeah, that's the best way to make a homemade sloppy Joe sauce. I mean, same thing as what's in the can, pretty much.
Mm-hmm. At least I know what's in it.
Yeah. That's like Big Mac sauce. That's not hard to figure out neither.
Yeah. And I can make killer burritos better than Taco
Big
Bell
Mac
could
sauce
any day.
has got that one stuff in it. That salad dressing. Is it
Ranch?
Thousand Islands? No.
Yeah,
No.
Thousand Island.
Thousand Islands, I think.
Yeah.
Along with, I don't know what else, but you could probably look up them. It's funny because I remember one time I'd said something when I was in the McDonald's. I said, "What is this sauce? How's that sauce made?" And the guy's like, "Oh, that's a McDonald's trade. We can't tell you that." And then I go on Google and it's got the whole. I forget what it is, but you go on Google, you can get the whole recipe of it. It's not hard to figure out. Now I love burritos. Homemade burritos. Oh man. Not counting, you can do a lot of different recipes with burritos. .48 minutes to go, folks. 330 miles. The most that I've seen is minus 3 feet a minute with turbulence, and that's it. Staying right at 0. It made me a liar. I went to minus 7, but right back to 0.
when we get done with this weather thing, then it will be back to the 47.
Yeah. Oops. KDAB. There we go. Go ahead and get our descent stuff taken care of and out of the way. Okay, there that is. Let's forecast. All right, there we go. Does it hurt to put in your ILS frequency before you start descent? Does it really matter?
It's better to do it on descent. Because you
Okay.
could get screwed up if you have a VLR that's coming before
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You're gonna screw your flight plan up.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. All right, so 314,000 miles to go, guys, and we'll be there.
Yeah, 314,000.
That'd be a long flight, dude.
You go around the world about 10 times in that.
You ain't kidding.
Maybe even 20 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a long couple of weeks, maybe.
They were showing this thing on YouTube. Simulating what it would be like if somehow the Earth still had gravity, but it wasn't turning. It was just in one solid state, you know, not moving at all.
Oh, jeez.
And the one guy's like, you know, he was telling this group of people, like, you guys are trying to simulate something that you can't simulate it because it's never been done. Simulate means that, you know, you're going to simulate the real thing, that it's done this before or that it's possible. That's not possible. You can't simulate the world not turning and come out with a actual answer that would make sense, because everything on Earth is like, it's based on the Earth spinning. Like, obviously we're turning so fast we don't feel it. We're spinning so fast. It's like if they put you in one of them chairs that turn real fast, at like a space center.
Yep.
You get to turning so fast and you're gonna feel like you're just sitting there. Technically.
Makes sense to me.
Or we could go off of what them other people was, you know, the ones that believed that, oh, the world's flat. Yeah. It sure is. amazing where some of the stuff these people come up with stuff at.
Have you ever seen this TV show? It's called Accused, Innocent, or Guilty. And
I don't think so.
so it's about people who get caught in these awkward positions that the law wants to try and prosecute them for things that are controversial in their court cases. So like an example is, there was this guy, he's married, has has 2 kids. You know, one's older and one's younger. And one day they had to go somewhere apparently for whatever reason. And so he got himself ready, and his wife was in the back bedroom in their apartment, standing there watching TV for a little bit. So he goes back there and he says it's time to go, because if we don't, we're going to be late. And she just goes off on him, grabs a baseball bat and starts swinging it at him and making a whole big huge commotion, and he's trying to get her to settle down and all this other kind of stuff and whatever. And he reaches behind the couch and grabs a pistol, puts it in his pocket.
Tell Lois we will be landing here shortly. Wanted to let you know. Okay, go ahead.
So he grabs a pistol from behind the couch, because one of the things about their apartment is they have weapons pretty much everywhere. Well, at least
we're landing soon. Sorry about that.
Or at least she had weapons pretty much everywhere. So he grabs a pistol from behind the couch, puts it in his pocket, and he's trying to defuse the issue here. And then he can't defuse the issue, and she's pointing at the door, pointing at him and everything else, and getting all agitated. And the next thing you know, he draws that pistol out and shoots her 3 times. Now, keep in mind, this whole thing was recorded on a video that their security system took. The whole entire incident from the very beginning, from when he walked into the bedroom to the time he shot her. But what the camera also caught was her pumping up full of drugs while he was not there earlier that morning. So he calls 911 and he's flipping out really bad and everything. Said, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I just shot my wife 3 times in self-defense. This is what she was doing. And he just blurted the whole thing out to the 911 person. Caught on video and everything. Well, so the DA says this: you pulled the trigger, you're guilty. Obviously it's on a video, you admit it, you say you did it, you even say it's on video, we see it's on video, the news people even showed the video, so you definitely pulled the trigger, so you are guilty. And his lawyers are like, I don't think so. Okay, so maybe he pulled the trigger, but why did he pull the trigger is under the question.
Right.
So they were trying to say it was a matter of self-defense. Well, when they were doing their exploratory depositions and all this other kind of stuff, one thing the DEA sent over to them was a copy of the video that the security system took. And the whole incident was 45 minutes to an hour long. Well, they only got the middle 15 minutes of it. They chopped off the part where she was doing drugs. They chopped off the part where after she was doing shooting up, she was standing there watching TV. And all they caught was him shooting her. Well, the guy that owns the thing said, well, you have the part before this where she was shooting up that's missing. You also have the part afterwards that's missing. Where I took my kid because he was standing in the room with his mother when I shot her. This kid's like, what, 3, maybe 4? And he says, you forgot the part where I took this kid out into the other room and called 911. So they're just trying to make me out to be a cold-hearted killer. So they actually had to go to court, petition the judge to have the DA send this, the remainder of this video to them. And this is what the DA said. We only wanted to give them things that were relevant to the case. Her shooting up with drugs is not relevant to the case of him shooting her, and him grabbing his son and running out to call 911 is not relevant to the case. And he says, yes, it is relevant to the case because it proves the point of why it was done in the first place.
Yeah.
And it proves the fact that he just didn't...
Yeah, I am. I was doing some setting with my cameras. But we should be back in... yeah, we're back in cockpit view now, so you should be able to see it. Yeah, that's crazy, dude.
But yeah, he wanted to prove that he wasn't just the cold-hearted killer and just went on with his day after he shot her and left her there. Well, ultimately, they had said ultimately, he could go to court and win because this is an obvious closed-shut case that it was a matter of self-defense. The video caught her with the baseball bat. So, it's obvious that it was self-defense. But his concern was his son, which he found out during the depositions that this kid was not his son. With the DNA test, it was not even his kid. Which made the DA even more outraged. So, the DA said, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you an offer. Take 15 years and we'll make you serve no more than 20% of it. So you got 3 years in jail for a degraded manslaughter charge. Or you could go to court and try and prove it. Well, he took the 3-year charge sentence. Because it's all about the kid, whether it's his kid or not. It's all about keeping the kid in the family. Because his concern was is if he went full out to trial and won, that his mother-in-law would keep the kid away from him. So, yeah, that was weird. And then there was another one where this woman supposedly was charged with four counts. 1, deceiving doctors. 2, perform unnecessary procedures on her 13-year-old. 2, starving and not providing food for her kid. 4 was attempted murder, and I don't remember what the other one was, but when it come down to it, the lady that worked at the children's hospital that was in charge of investigations charged her with what the heck was it? Munchin's by proxy or something like that, where basically
Yeah.
it's where you do ungodly things to your kid to get attention. And she wasn't even an expert at it or anything, and yeah, and some of the doctors even said, I don't even know why this woman's under a court case, because this kid has real problems that she's not making up. So I don't even know where this is even an issue.
Got a half an hour until descent, you guys.
And so now she's doing life in jail.
Currently flying over Georgetown, South Carolina.
And right now she's doing life in jail without the possibility of parole, because the jury found her guilty of starving her son and attempted murder.
Well, what happens
Even
when you have
though-
a kid and you don't want to take care of him?
Even though the kid was in hospital care for the better part of his 13-year life. And the kid's not even dead. If anything, the kid's getting better.
Yeah, but there had to be something there for her to get life. I mean,
Well, they charged her with starvation and attempted murder. And the only reason they charged her with attempted murder is because she had a burial plot and a headstone already bought for him.
I don't see how they did attempted murder for that, because that wouldn't prove.
Well, it's like, you know,
people buy headstones all the time. That don't mean they're trying to kill them.
Yep.
So,
well, that's what a doctor, a psychiatrist had said. People buy.
so there had to be
people are-
something that. There's got to be something there. She's still doing life. They had to have something more solid than that, because there's no way, dude. Like, lawyers would eat that up.
You would think.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I know. But you would think they would have more
Yeah.
to go on based on that, but it was their head investigative person at this children's hospital that had done the final blow.
And if the kid
apparently.
was in the hospital most of his life as a child, they can't
Yep.
even validate that. She was just being prepared that if my son dies, I want to
Yep.
have this stuff for him. You know, like, where was this at?
It's in Florida. It was Cook's County. What was it? Cook's Children's Hospital. Back around 2015, 2016.
Wow.
And apparently, I guess at the time, out of all the children's hospitals that are in the United States, Cook's has the most amount of Munchausen by proxy charges against parents out of the whole entire country. And it also has the highest number of winning cases against Munchausen by proxy parents. Well, like a lot of the other hospitals testified in this case, and they said, look, you know, with all the rest of us combined and all the research that we were able to do, only 4 people within the history of the United States and children's hospitals have been
Guys, I got to
charged
go over here
with
to the
this.
leg page for a minute. I want to make sure that let me check something real quick.
So yeah, interesting stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't see how they could have charged her with it, but I think it was some manufactured charge. And supposedly the investigative person at this hospital had a quota of how many charges they had to put on someone per month.
Hold on, guys. TFM is being...
Oh boy. TFM is dying. Better buy its
And yeah,
tombstone.
it's kind of stuck. Hold on, you guys. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go.
I should watch this TV show. It's called Airplane Repo. And apparently it's about the people that go repossess airplanes from people who forgot to pay or didn't pay their bill.
Give me 1 second. No, it's not. 2. There we go. There we go. Okay. Alright, there we go, guys. Now I'm back on the cockpit here. My localizer is set to 2700A. Why? I always get rid of the A. So that's what I was doing. I was getting rid of the A. "25 minutes. Weather, or let's see. Oh yeah, visibility is 8.3. Yeah, we're good. Good deal. Flying over Charleston, South Carolina right now. Well, at least we didn't stay over the ocean too long. Weather out there is really not good at all.
Yeah, that was screwed up.
Hope you guys are enjoying the flight.
And the new TFM stuff. Because if you think about it before...
Who was it? Let me see who that was.
I mean, think about it before this weather thing even popped up. I mean, really, you could just get a basic, like, 100-word blurb on what the weather is at your current location, but you really didn't know what the weather was like around you.
Oh, that's Josh, I think. O-R-I-N-K. It's Orinx.
Oren, yeah, that's him.
Yeah. He's like, stay in the cockpit, please. Well, I'll stay in it when I can, but I was doing something, so you just sit there and watch the flight, mister. Because there's a way you can set. I got to go into the settings and do it, but you can set keys for the different views, and I'm going to set one up for the front nose view. So like when I'm landing, you know?
No. Yeah.
That way I can just hit the hotkey and bam. I like to do like some of the people do on some of their flights, and I've seen it done with P3D and I've seen it done with 2020 where you can see the entire plane like landing as it's coming down.
Okay, from behind?
Well, like like kind of like a side view, like it's right down by the runway, so you can see it touching the runway as it's coming in. Like, but I think it might be some scenery add-ons too that they do that, because we don't have no way of doing an outside camera view from the runway on the ground. We don't have no way to do that. There's got to be maybe some extra add-ons or something, because we don't have no way to do that. We can, you know, there's a nose view, there's wing views, there's a tail view, but not like that.
There's top down, there's chase plane.
Yeah, the top down, I think it's just viewing, like looking down on the plane. I
Yeah,
think
it's looking down from the. Yeah, it's looking down at the top of your plane. Which I didn't know this, but apparently you can actually set how far the distance is for your chase plane from your actual airplane. And once we figure out
Oh, is
how
that
to
the one
do
where
that,
like? I wonder how you get to the chase plane, because I've never seen that one.
I believe it's F12. If you go to the view name, NVDA will tell you it's lock spot view.
Okay, that's a lock spot view. Okay.
Yeah, it's a chase
Yeah, because
plane.
F11 it takes you outside the plane. So let's see what.
Yeah,
I'll put it
F11
back
is
in a minute,
top.
Josh. Just hold on.
F11 should be top down. And I believe F12
So I hit
is
F12. It
chase.
says top down when I did that.
Okay, yeah, okay.
That's cool. That is cool.
But apparently, I
guess
guess
if you-
not. If you go into chase plane view, apparently, once we figure out how to do that and how to set the distance of your chase plane away from your actual airplane, then TFM will tell you how far away your chase plane is.
Oh, like how far back you are from it.
Yep. So like you could say I want to be 1,500 feet away from the airplane when I do a chase plane view, then TFM could actually tell you that as you change the value.
Yeah, because then you could get kind of a landing effect from being outside.
Yep.
It'd be from the back, but
Yeah.
it'd still be a same idea, I guess. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. By the way, Josh, when we land, I'm going to ask you to take off your seatbelt and stand up in the bathroom while we're landing. It's the safest spot for you. I'll tell you what, there's nothing like trying to use the bathroom on an airplane when they get turbulence. It's happened to me
geez.
once.
Oof.
You're standing there, all of a sudden your feet no longer touching the floor, and you're like, oh, shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was like that plane trying to land at LAX one time. Was it LAX or Hawaii? I can't remember which one it was, but they got it. It's never happened to a plane before. Like, it was really, really weird, strong wind and turbulence, and technically it tore a panel off the ceiling of the plane. Like, people were
whoa.
hitting their heads on the ceiling, and it was bad. Like, a bunch of people got hurt. Big lawsuit.
Oof.
I can't remember where it was. I think it might have been LAX. But yeah, but that wasn't a pretty lawsuit. But you know, as much as I do, these airports already got lawyers. They already got money put up for lawsuits. We're going to get our descent checklist
Descent
out of the way.
checklist. Pressurization. Set. Recall. Checked. Auto brakes. Set. Landing data. Checked. Altimeters. Checked.
I'd
Approach
like to see
briefing.
what our RTO
Completed.
is set to. Or, I mean, our auto brakes.
Checklist complete.
What are you doing, TFM? Come on, don't do it to me now. Oh my gosh. Hold on, folks. TFM is being silly. That's twice like it just locks up for a minute. Let's see what I can do here. Okay, so let me do this real quick. I just killed it and I'll just reload it real quick. Almost there, guys. 100 miles to go. I need to get with someone that will take time to do it with me and mess with the shared cockpit with PMVG, because I know you can do it. I've seen people talking about it on forums and stuff. There's a couple little bugs with it, but it's nothing like... It's not anything that would keep you from doing the flight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, let's see where we are. Now we're back over the North Atlantic. I'm going to see the weather here. $39,000 again, it says. 39,848, visibility is 3 miles. Let's do right bracket control I. Or no, that's the wrong one. I want right bracket control O. Alright, layer 1. It's cumulus. Coverage is overcast. Cloud cover is 8. Oh gosh. It says 8 dot icy. Oh no, it wasn't reading it right. I ain't reading it right. I'm trying to, hold on. Here we go. Lower altitude, 600. Upper, 49.99. Turbulence is light. Alright, very low. 2. Cirrus, scattered 3. Icy, none. Lower is 32,998. Upper is 33,198. No turbulence. Precip rate is very low. Alright, so now if I do right bracket I, visibility is 3.2. Hey Nick, buddy, how are you, my man? Alright, so we've got, I'm going to go ahead and get our frequency put in here. KDAB, Alt O, right bracket Control D, 109.70, 250, 109.70, 250, nav 2, 109.70, course 250. Alright, we got our ILS frequency put in. Nick, it's good to see you. We was down for a week because somewhere or another YouTube threw a strike at us for copyright stuff, which who knows what it was, because they don't let you they tell you to go review it, but then when you go to review it, it says this video has been removed. So you got to be careful with YouTube, because it's usually the automated system that gets you, and then you try to dispute it. I tried and they turned it down like not even an hour later. So I don't know what it was. I don't never play movies or anything like that, so I don't. The only thing I can figure is that one day we were streaming and it wasn't on long in the background, but there was music playing from Brandon's radio in the background, and I think it picked it up. He also suggested maybe it was the safety messages, but why would they come out with those if there was copyright stuff on them? I don't think they would. Like, you couldn't come out with a program and put them safety messages in there if they were copyright protected. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that was the case. So I don't know. We're not going to chance it. But 65 miles to go. We're going to do a do our checklist one more time.
Pressurization.
I want to make sure that's in
Recall.
there.
Checked. Auto brakes.
Pressurization is set. Auto
Landing
brakes
data.
is set.
Checked.
Landing data is
Altimeters.
checked.
Checked. Approach
Altimeters
briefing.
are checked.
Completed.
Approach briefing is done. We're good. Got Andy over here in the co-pilot seat. And you know what he's
Checklist
doing? He's over there filing his fingernails down with a fingernail file. Come on, man. No.
No, I'm writing the entire weather system while he's flying.
Yeah. I can't wait till we get the in cloud and out of cloud. I'm going to be sending him some sounds that he can choose that will identify when we go through a cloud. That'd be cool to have that. Andy, I know what kind of sound we can put on there. Let's give them a sound of someone running their fingers down a chalkboard.
Oh.
Oh, that makes
Ow.
me grip my teeth even thinking about it. There was a kid in my class that used to do that in school, and oh my God, I hated it. Absolutely. I don't know what it is about that sound, but I can't. I can't do it, dude. I cannot. I would probably say that a little bit nicer, Josh. And I don't know what do you mean some don't want that announcement? So he can make it where he can turn it off, but I wouldn't say better be. Or he'll put it on there and just make it. Josh said that some don't want that cloud announcement, so it better be optional. I would just make it do it now, just to twist your toenails, Josh.
Yeah.
Anything
when
that
it
he
first comes out,
anything-
when it first comes out, it'll be mandatory.
I don't know of anybody that, other than you, I don't know anybody else that they didn't really like it, because I thought everybody that I've talked to, everybody's liked the idea of it. I mean, yeah, make it where you can turn it off and on, but yeah,
it'll be an option.
and it's not like it's going to be a noise. It's going to be loud anyway. It's going to, you turn off the notification, you won't even get the noise either. But obviously you'll be able to turn it off. I mean, just like when he did all the lights and all that. I mean, they're all set to where you can turn them on or off. So I think pretty much almost everything that he's programmed like that, he's always gave an option. You might want to go and check your tampon, Josh. I think it might be twisted. Oh gosh. Alright, let's take a look. 38 miles to go, folks. We're gonna hang Josh out the back of the cargo bay. Give him some fresh air.
Hang him out. Hang him out.
Hang him by his toes. Yeah. Alright. Now on first officer, I got it even on the prep when I went and did the prep settings. I set auto brakes for 2, but it set it to freaking 1. So we'll put it back on 2. $30 miles to go, folks. Currently over the North Atlantic Ocean. Or 9,000 feet, showing visibility at 8 miles. Minus 62 degrees.
Now you know what I'll do, a special build for Josh.
Okay.
It's gonna have some really cool, a special build for Josh that'll have some really cool feature to it. And
we can have some
every
good sounds, like every time we go
minute-
through a cloud, it's going to say, well, there's another fucking problem.
No, that's for Brandon.
Oh, yeah.
No, for Josh, It'll be a new feature that it will say in cloud, out of cloud, and it'll constantly repeat itself every 25 milliseconds through its whole
Oh yeah, but
8-hour
it's gonna,
flight.
it's gonna be going so fast. It's gonna sound like this. Oh gosh.
And you can't, and once you turn it on, you can't turn it off.
Oh Josh, you're really in for it now, buddy. I do wanna anti-ice.
Just kidding. Of course.
Yeah, we'll leave the anti-ice on. We'll take care of that off the live stream here, Peyton. Um, 12 miles till descent. Okay, now it said upper altitude. Let's take a look. So it's upper altitude, 40,042, 254 on direction, speed is 74 knots. Visibility,
Approaching top of descent.
18.9 nautical miles. So we're good there. Minus 61 degrees.
Or
7 miles to go. Overcast 8. Lowers 2,000. Upper 6,000. Turbulence is light. Precipitation none, really. Lowers 39,300. So I don't got no. Between 2,000 and 6,000, we got clouds to deal with. But other than that, I think we'll be 2 miles until descent. Ladies and gentlemen, please take off all your seatbelts and stand up. All right. Over the North Atlantic. Josh, get ready, buddy. You're going swimming. Andy's already down at the cargo bay waiting. As soon as we get down low enough, we're going to open the door and you're going to go. We're going to send you swimming, buddy, with the sharks.
Speed brake armed.
get to
Drag
about
required right off the
6,500
bat.
feet, right? Get right above the clouds and then just dump them right off through the clouds.
That's right. All right, we're going. Down. We're dropping at minus 3,721 feet a minute. Yep, Josh will be swimming with the fishes. We're getting ready to go through some clouds here at 3,000. 30,000, that is. Yeah, between 2,000 and 6,000, we got cloud cover. Fully covered. Overcast is 8. 32 and 33,000, we got 3 on coverage. So I think most of our clouds are going to be down when we get between 2,000 and 6,000. We're dropping at minus 4,180 feet a minute. But you got to realize
Oof.
the waypoint that we're dropping to is 9,880 feet from 38,000. So it's dropping that fast because it wants to get down there in time. Yeah, it didn't give me a star. You fly to Dayton, don't expect, Daytona Beach, sorry. You'll get a transition, that's all you get. But that's all right. 46.98 a minute. I mean, I'm glad the passengers are buckled in because they're probably wondering why in the world are we dropping so fast. Hey, you got on the plane, you want us to get you where you're going, so that's what we're doing. You know, I've not flown the 777 for a long time. The last time I tried to fly it, I was having trouble with it, and I never did try again. And it's pretty much the same as the 74, isn't it, as far as setting it up?
Yeah, it's close to the 37. The 47's a little bit different only because you have to go to that ACARS page and do that setup there, but
so
yeah,
the 777, you don't got to do the
ACARS.
ACARS,
Same.
right?
No, you don't.
The triple,
it's like the 30s. Yeah, it's like the
Okay.
37. You don't have to do that ACARS thing.
See, I just did right bracket shift C and it gave me a Microsoft framework. Sometimes when I do it, it'll do that. Yep, did it again.
It's partly because the people that, because it's dumb. Bing Maps
scenery.
Bing Maps is an open source project. So basically, what happens is like OpenStreetMaps, where you can have different contributors donate their map segments and stuff to it,
right.
And some areas are not done. So if an area isn't done, then that's why you get that.
We're at 19,000.
At some point I should probably go through and fix that.
Well, you know, I don't even hit quit. I just hit continue because it don't crash it or anything. Just hit continue and go on.
Yep.
If you hit quit, then you gotta do it. You gotta do your stuff over again.
Well, you just have to load TFM again, is all.
Dear passengers, as you can see, we have already started descent. Please fasten your seatbelts, return your seats to their upright positions, and store your luggage either in the overhead compartment or under the seat in front of you. The cabin crew will be passing by to clean the cabin and perform their final safety checks.
Come on, slow down, baby. There you go.
Speed brake armed.
9,000. All right.
Glide slope alive.
Flagler, Florida. Never heard of that.
Okay.
Dear passengers, we have reached an altitude that requires all electronic devices to be switched off, including video cams, laptops, CD and cassette players. Please make sure all of these devices are switched off.
Flaps 1.
Going flaps 1, speed 240.
Flaps 2.
Alright, let's take a look here. 37 miles till we reach the runway here.
Flaps 5.
I want to thank you guys for joining us on the live stream. I'm glad to be back here on BVI Pilots. I mean, I like streaming all the other platforms that we have, but this is where I really like to fly and continue to represent the BVI community. Like I said, one of the things I'd like to do is, if any of you that fly would not mind to send me a video, if you record one, send it to me and I'll put it up on BVI Pilots, or you can even log in to BVI Pilots and do a live stream as well, because I want to show people that it's not just me. It's not about just me flying. It's about all of us. It's about me. It's about Andy, Josh, Declan, Rob. I mean, everybody out there that's a part of the BVI. The more that I can get to share videos that we can put out on the BVI channel, I think that'd be great, because it's about all of us. So keep that in mind, please. How come sometimes the waypoint will say 100 whatever degrees, 1 point whatever bypass? What does that mean?
Dear passengers, we have reached an altitude that requires all
Not exactly
electronic
sure
devices
what
to
that
be
means.
switched off, including video cams, laptops, CD and cassette players. Please make sure all of these devices are switched off.
Flaps 10. Approach, hold on. Flaps 15. LNAV off. Landing gear down. Flaps 25. Command B on. Flaps 30.
Looking good here, guys. Looking real good. We've already got Command B is active, so we've got the auto land already. "10 miles till we will be on the ground." Again, I'd like to thank all you guys for joining me. I'd like to thank Andy for joining me through this live stream, showing me the weather options. I think it's really cool what we got. Speed is 29 knots with a wind gust of 2 knots.
Well, hopefully
Flaps 40.
next week we'll have more on the weather. I'm hoping at some point to make like a small little weather center type of thing where you can hit one hotkey and it will show you everything except for like
Or you can kind of look at things.
right. Yeah, so
Yeah, I think it'd be cool if you can arrow through the different stuff.
Well, it would be it would be, would say resemble the cockpit panels or settings, where you would have something that you could, like a tree view or something you could use to navigate between the different sections of the weather. But
Narrowed out the whiskey on the 5 mile.
but then you would also have your right bracket I and right bracket shift O for your clouds.
Landing checklist.
Just to get like a
Engine
quick
start
view.
switches.
And then if you
Continuous.
needed some
Landing
more,
gear.
a lot more detail
Down.
or
Flap.
some more detail
Set.
or curious,
Checklist complete.
then
Flight attendants
you
prepare
could
for
say
landing.
go into the weather center and look at a whole bunch of different things.
Yeah. All right, guys, prepare for landing. We're almost there. 6 miles until we touch the ground. Auto land has took it. Everything's looking good. Flaps 40. 140 knots indicated. Minus 269 feet a minute. That's a real nice descent. That's beautiful.
Approach hold off. VNAV off.
Minus 144 a minute. 140 knots indicated. Minus 449 a minute. We are actually now we're on the 5 mile. 4 miles. Daytona Beach is 2 miles out. $140 knots indicated. Minus 610. Thousand feet. Three miles. Think we could land doing about 340 knots? You think the airport would have a problem with that? $140 knots indicated, folks. Yeah, I think it'd be cool to have a weather center where we can like arrow down through different stuff, look at stuff individually, you know. 500 feet. Right at 140 knots indicated, folks. 348.
Minimum. Breed brake out. Reverse thrust.
There it is.
100 knot. 80 knot. 60 knots. Reverse idle.
Dear passengers, welcome to our destination airport. Please remain seated until all docking procedures are performed and cabin
There we
lights
go.
are switched on. On behalf of the captain and his crew, we would like to thank you for flying with us. We hope you enjoyed your flight today and hope to see you soon.
In flight. I never get to the gate quick enough. I never do. I don't know how to prevent it, because when you land, as soon as you put on the brake, he'll start doing that stuff, and all of a sudden you hear ding 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 ding. What's the trick to that, Andy?
Is it the autopilot? I'm assuming. Like the autopilot siren.
I guess. What's that hit?
Because if it...
I hit autopilot.
Because if it
but
is, you could go...
It's still beeping.
Yeah, you could... Go into settings and set an autopilot disengage switch hotkey.
You said what?
You go into settings and your airplane and set up.
Oh yeah, I got a hotkey to turn off the alarms.
Disengage. Yeah.
There we go. Now he's just shutting everything down. So there it was, folks. We had a good landing.
From the flight deck, welcome to our destination. We'll be taxiing for a few moments, so please stay seated with your seatbelts fastened. For the weather, it's dry and moderate temperatures, so you may just want to have a light jacket when you deboard the airplane. Once again, thanks for flying. We hope to see you on a future flight.
What view is that? Hold on, guys. Third person view.
Well, that's a new one. I never heard of it.
You gotta hit virtual cockpit view, Control Shift E, and then yeah, third person view 02.
Weird.
That's interesting.
I wonder if you pressed S, what kind... I wonder if you pressed S and stuff, I wonder what kind of views you'd come up with.
Let's see what it does.
We're pressing A, actually.
A don't do nothing. S didn't do nothing. First person view. Binoculars view. I didn't like that view. Whatever that one was, it did not like it. Anyways, you guys, I think that was a good flight. I enjoyed it. I want to thank you guys for joining us again. If you're new here, tap on that subscribe button and join us here. No, that won't do nothing, Josh. You can't just hit Z because it's not going to stop the autopilot thing. I've got to. No, that won't make the alarm stop. It will not. You got to go in and make a hotkey for the alarm.
You either have to make a go into glare shield warnings and hit the master switch, or set up a hotkey for autopilot disengage.
Yeah, because that Z won't actually disengage the autopilot. That'd just turn the autopilot on and off. But I've tried that, but anyway, it closed because I went to a view that it didn't like me. It didn't want me to see it. It closed. I didn't know about the Control Shift E when you're in the cockpit. I don't know what that did. I don't know. Anyway, it was a good flight. Thanks, God, for watching. Remember, get people over here. Get them to subscribe. I don't go by what it says there. I go by FS Airlines. It was -4 something. 432, something like that. And if you check landing rate after you go to a gate, you're not going to have the right number anyways. It's going to give you a different number from where you moved again. But I checked it on it. I go by FS Airlines. I don't go by the Shift V because it's never the same as what FS Airlines says. So I go by that. That way I know I can submit it. But it was -432 or something like that. Anyway, it wasn't bad. I thought that was a very smooth touchdown. First time I ever flew into Daytona Beach. I've never flown here before, but wasn't bad. I do like the fact that we have weather now where we can look at that. I do like that. I think that's really cool. Because now we can look at all the different cloud covers, the different layers and stuff like that. And who knows what else Andy's going to have in there. Who knows? But it looks good. It really gives us a better idea of really what the weather's doing around us. Because now we can see that. You know, in our heads we can picture where them clouds are going to be. So, you know, you kind of will have a good idea of where you might fly through a cloud or, you know, whatnot. So, anyways, good times. Remember, bring your friends over here, people. Get them to subscribe because I'm telling you, whoever gets the most subscribers, and if nobody else gets any at all, somebody's going to be awful lucky that day because they're going to get 3 different positions for the contest, first, second, and third. So, hey, it's free. Gift card cash. What can I say? All right, guys, we're out of here for now. Appreciate all of you. And we'll be doing their flight here soon, I'm sure. So,